In the article, Effects of an Explicit Curriculum on Social Emotional Competency in Elementary and Middle School Students by Jennifer L. Wallander, Adam L. Ebel, Carol V. Pequeen, and M. Amanda Kane, the authors outline the importance of SEL and examine how an explicit SEL curriculum affects students. The authors share the perspective that social emotional learning is vital to students' development as it promotes the child's entire developmental process. It is stated that through SEL, educators can instill, recover, and repair universal, developmentally appropriate social emotional skills. This can lead to better health and prevent behavioral issues in children and adolescents. Throughout this article, the authors examine the different frameworks that are associated with SEL. These include Dimitrovic, Durlak, Staley, and Weisberg's views on intrapersonal versus interpersonal skills, Jones and Kahn's views on cognitive skills, emotional competencies, and social and interpersonal skills, and Eklund et al.'s views on self-awareness, social awareness, and responsible decision-making. Each of these frameworks act as the foundation for Bradshaw and Duong's Castle framework. The Castle framework, created by Bradshaw and Duong in 2019, seeks to foster knowledge, skills, and attitudes across 5 areas of social and emotional learning. The first area includes self-awareness, or the ability to accurately recognize one's own emotions, thoughts, and values, and how they influence behavior. Another area is self-management, or the ability to successfully regulate one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in different situations. Students should also be competent in social awareness, or the ability to take the perspective of and empathize with others, including those from diverse backgrounds and cultures. Another competency area that Castle focuses on is relationship skills, which allow students to establish and maintain healthy and rewarding relationships with diverse individuals and groups. And finally, the last aspect of the Castle framework is responsible decision-making, which is the ability to make constructive choices about personal behavior and social interactions. Using the Castle framework as a guide for teaching and learning social emotional competencies allows educators to follow best practices. In the article, the authors outline the best practices for social emotional teaching and instructional practices to be: implement student-centered discipline, create a community of learners with a responsive and caring culture, allow student choice and responsibility, hold high expectations, use specific praise and correction, allow opportunities for students to self-reflect and assess, and to utilize a school-based direct instruction program with specific lessons on SEL competencies. Using this background information on social emotional learning, the authors conducted a study over the effects of an explicit SEL curriculum in elementary and middle school students. The method used to conduct this study was a quantitative approach that primarily follows the confirmatory scientific method because its focus is on hypothesis testing and theory testing. While consistently implementing a specific SEL curriculum, the researchers conducted field tests from students in kindergarten through 6th grade, which included data collection made through pretest and post-test surveys of students. The results from this study showed no significant changes in student SEL competencies. However, this data may not be as accurate because measuring SEL growth can be challenging. Due to these results, it is unknown if formalized SEL programs are necessary for every school. However, educators are still encouraged to implement SEL practices in the classroom. Alternative options for SEL materials may include kernels, or evidence-based low-cost strategies that have proven to effectively impact behavior, discipline, self-control, and emotional management. This article really resonated with me because it highlighted the importance of social emotional learning in schools, particularly for younger students. Something that I have observed throughout my educational experiences is a growing lack of social emotional skills in children. This may be from the COVID-19 pandemic, trauma, lack of discipline, lack of awareness, or otherwise. No matter the reason, it is so disheartening to see so many children with major social emotional gaps. These gaps may lead to disruptions, anxiety, negative behaviors, lack of emotional control, and can lead to teacher burnout. As someone who teaches several babies that are lacking these important social emotional skills, I try my best to implement the Castle framework in the classroom and use social stories to help meet student needs. Some questions that I formed after reading this article were: what existing SEL curriculums have proven to be effective in elementary students? How can teachers find the time to implement explicit SEL lessons on a regular basis? And how can SEL interventions vary between the different needs of different children? Here are my resources. Thank you for watching.